Many thanks for your company. Details now. A devastating fire engulfed a residential building at Mallam Atta in Accra. The fire, which broke out at around 5 p.m. Tuesday evening, caused extensive damage to the building, displacing several families and destroying personal belongings. According to eyewitnesses, the fire spread rapidly, fueled by the highly flammable materials in the building. Panic-stricken residents were seen rushing to evacuate the premises, with some narrowly escaping the Inferno. Kenneth Jesse has more in the following report.
Well, the place might look darker now, but just about an hour and a half ago, this house was up in flames. We're told that a woman left her cylinder unattended to, and it got lit, and the entire place went up in flames.
A woman who just lighted a gas, and then trying to prepare something to eat. Okay. But when that, he left the fire and then the gas, okay, and then left in the room. Okay. So that has to bring that explosion of destruction of destroying, okay, people's rooms and then other. Okay.
The fire service personnel who came on duty tell us that they were on time.
In fact, we had a call 1806 hours. That is 606 hours. Okay, 1806 hours. And we got here 1816 hours. Now, when you get a call, we take 1 minute to dispatch the tender. And the vehicle came from Circle. And around this time, the road is very busy, the traffic. So they got here in less than 6 minutes. So if you say we didn't come here early, well, I beg to differ. And again, who called us? And at what number did he call? These are things that we need to find out. Many times, yes, you did well by attempting to salvage some of the items, but your initial attempt is to call us before you tackle the salvaging aspect.
But the eyewitnesses beg to differ.
I heard they said 6 minutes. Imagine if it was 6 minutes. I don't think this thing will happen. They should be up and doing. When they call them, they should respond to us and come and do. If they think they are lacking one or two things, they should let the government know and he will do it for them.
From Mallam Atta in Accra, Kenneth Jesse for Joy News.
The opposition NDC is promising to recruit 25,000 additional police officers to support the 24-hour economy, ensuring round-the-clock safety for citizens and businesses. Wa West MP Peter Tobu added that the next NDC government will construct 1,000 housing units for military personnel and improve the salaries and conditions of service for troops, recognizing the crucial role they play in maintaining national security. The following report has more.
Speaking at the inaugural sectorial press briefing, Peter Tobu outlined the NDC's comprehensive security strategy. He emphasized that the recruitment of 25,000 police officers is a critical component of the party's 24-hour economy policy, designed to create a safer environment that will foster economic growth and stability.
We will develop a comprehensive security and safety program to support the implementation of one of the most famous, if not the famous, or the star program or policy of the NDC government come 1st January 2025, the 24-hour economy policy. We're going to recruit 25,000 officers, 25,000 men to add to the existing strength so that we have the capacity to police the policy of the 24-hour economy.
On health, former General Secretary of the Ghana Medical Association, Titus Bayuo, assured that the next NDC government will put in place measures to prevent the brain drain of specialists and medical professionals in Ghana and construct a 500-bed children's hospital in Accra.
Graduates from the year 2020, 2021, 2022 are still at home of nurses, and 2023 has just joined, unemployed. And because we have about 100 and few days to election, they've opened the portal for only 2020 nursing graduates. All other cadre of healthcare workers, no information yet. Maybe in November, they'll open another portal just to get votes for it. We intend to construct a 500-bed specialist hospital, children's hospital, and a fertility center in Accra.
On education, MP for Busa South, Clement Park, indicated that a future NDC government will abolish the double-track system, complete abandoned E-block schools, and ensure the student placement system works on merit basis.
Indeed, the slumping of quality in education, as well as outcomes, is evident at all levels. Ladies and gentlemen, the next NDC government will comprehensively reset our educational system in collaboration with all stakeholders. Our goal is to aggressively expand infrastructure, enhance teacher welfare and professional development, and increase investment in the sector for quality outcomes.
The party says it will host a weekly briefing to elaborate further on other aspects of their manifesto.
Still from our election headquarters, NDC flag bearer John Dramani Mahama has criticized NPP flag bearer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia for dissociating himself from what he describes as the failures of the Akufo-Addo-led government, while being quick to take credit for its successes. Speaking at Ada on the first day of his tour of the Greater Accra region, he promised to construct roads and implement measures to develop the tourism and salt industry there. Maxwell Agbagba has more in this report.
Ashaiman MP Ernest Nogbe singing to welcome the NDC flag bearer to his constituency. It was the first day of phase 1 of the NDC flag bearers tour of the Greater Accra region. John Mahama delivered scathing critique of NPP flag bearer Mahmoud Bawumia's media engagement.
Also, got DVLA. Near got testing one, sir. Near who's a winning car, and son, your license.
You know, the intention for doing that media encounter the next day after we had announced our manifesto was to turn the attentions of Ghanaian from the NDC manifesto. When you do something with devious intention, it backfires on you. You know how to tell when somebody is lying. If there are people who are smooth talkers, who can speak rat-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta like machine gun, the time when they become stammerers and they start stammering, you know they are lying. Somebody who can speak ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta like AK-47. Suddenly, media encounter, I think, the person started stammering, and you can't tell the head or tail. The fundamentals are weak, and then he went logoligi, 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 logoligi.
John Mahama says the NPP flag bearer wants to take credit for the initiatives of this government, but does not want to take responsibility for the failures.
And so I can assure you that sea defense and protecting your shore and your beach will be one of the priority projects that we take care of when we come into office. And he said something that when the budget is presented, whose name is on it? It's the president's name. It's not my name. This is the first time I've seen a vice president running away from his president's track record. Government is a continuum. Government is a whole. Government is a collective. And what we have in democratic government is collective responsibility. You all take collective responsibility for what happened. I was the head of the economic management team under Professor Mills. When the budget was going to Parliament, the budget was in the name of Professor Mills. But I never ever disowned Professor Mills's budget. Because the budget comes to cabinet, we all argue and decide what the budget should be before it goes to Parliament. So you can't sit in cabinet, take decisions on the budget, then when it goes to Parliament and the economy has crashed and things are not going well, you say, oh, my name was not on the budget. It was the president's name on the budget. And so every good thing in the government, you did it. I did Ghana card. I did this, that. But when it comes to the economy,
At Ada, he was petitioned by the residents to help address their concerns about the salt project there if he's elected.
heart fell, gross injustice.
The Oti Regional Director for Health, Dr. Oseku Fuafre, has bemoaned the continuous dependence on the Volta region for some administrative processes. This, he says, is affecting the provision of quality healthcare delivery to residents in the Oti region. There's more in this report by Peter Senu.
This is not the first time the Regional Health Director has lamented the Oti region's dependence on the Volta region, despite the region being carved out of the Volta region some 5 years ago. Currently, the Oti region still takes its medical supplies from the Volta region. The distance and the nature of the road, Dr. Oseku Fuafre believes, is affecting quality health delivery in his region.
We appreciate the fact that Oti region was carved out of Volta region, and Volta has done their best. And I think Oti region has been in existence for almost 5 years now. And we believe that it's time that we are able to manage our own issues. So one of the issues affecting our healthcare delivery is availability of commodities, simply because we don't have a regional medical store, which we are fighting hard to get it. So currently we are still using the Volta regional medical stores, and sharing that stores with the Volta region is becoming a huge problem for us, because my people have to travel longer distances to go and pick commodities and all those things. So we believe that if we are able to get our own regional medical stores, then we can stock our stores with the commodities that we need, which will make it easily available for the health workers to use to save more lives.
One of the issues, again, of concern to the Regional Health Director is teenage pregnancy, for which Karachi West Municipality is leading. Dr. Afre wants adults to rather allow teenage girls focus on their education.
Girl child education has taken a center stage in the world right now, that we expect all our adolescents to be in school, to be learning, to become better citizens for every country. But Oti is becoming a worry that for Karachi West, we still see increasing adolescent or teenage pregnancy, as we commonly term it. And they are doing about 14.9, which is so high for us. So we have identified that, and it seems consistently for about 2 or 3 years, it's been like that. So I'm putting together a team to do a little bit of investigation to find out what are the factors contributing to this. This is a cultural factors, environmental factors, and that. But through this, we are appealing with parents that at least they should give attention to their awards, because most of the pregnancies that we are having, it's not coming from the peers. It's coming from older men who are impregnating the young girls. So we are pleading that parents and traditional authorities should pick this thing up, as we also investigate deeply into it, so that we'll be able to curb this menace, and the girl child will have the free mind and opportunity to also advance their education to become better citizens for the country.
Peter Sanu for Joy News.
But now let's go for our business update. In a business front, some rice farmers are casting doubts over the effectiveness of the ban on exports of some grains to avert food shortage in the coming weeks. Government yesterday announced the ban of exports on some grains to help prevent food crisis from next month. But chairman of the Competitive African Rice Platform, Yao Poku, says the porous nature of our border might make it difficult for it to work.
We've been through that scenario several times since the PFJ started, and it has not really worked. The good intentions of the government and the minister is thrown out when it gets to the field. So you go out there, those who are exporting it, smuggling, it's not actually exported, they are not captured by the data collectors, because they are not exporting through the well-known ports and gateways. They are exporting through the bushway, a truck at a time. And so you may have about, say, 1,000 metric tons leaving within a day from a particular district or area. And that is what is happening. And because the borders are porous, we cannot do anything to stop it from going. This is the situation we find ourselves in.
And
so the ban will not.
Conclude that for me.
So I don't think the ban will really have the effect it's supposed to have. I don't think so.
Accounting firm PwC has joined calls for policy reforms which will simplify the country's tax administration. According to country's senior partner at PwC, Vish Ashiagbo, the current tax structure makes it difficult for individuals and businesses to comply. Speaking at PwC's Banking Customer Experience Breakfast Forum, he called for clarity on some tax laws to make its interpretation easy and transparent.
PwC, we do believe that there's a need for our tax landscape in Ghana to be, let's use the word rationalized. When I say rationalized, I'm not suggesting that taxation should necessarily be reduced. What we're saying is that the way it's structured needs to be rationalized. It should be made simpler, more transparent, and easier to administer. So for us, we think these are the issues. We clearly have a challenge with revenue as a whole. So we are advocates of increasing domestic revenue by broadening the tax net. And we do believe that one of the ways we can achieve that, interestingly enough, is to simplify the environment and also allow for more certainty in how some of the tax laws and regulations are interpreted, so that businesses can see what they are due to pay. And, you know, most businesses actually are not averse to paying taxes. All people or businesses are looking forward to is clarity, transparency, and fairness in terms of the administration of the tax environment. So we support the rationalization of the tax system to make it simple, transparent, easy to understand, so that people can comply with the obligations without too much hassle.
Currency markets update comes up now. And it's a wrap for the AM News Bulletin on the AM Show. Coming up now is the News Review segment, and Dr. Kwame Asante, political scientist and head for the Center of European Studies at the University of Ghana, will be joining us to review the newspapers. Stay and stay.